Fela cannot have millions of followers, and all the people that are on the same side, I don't think we have one that has 1 million.
No, that's a problem right there.
It's a problem.
How can you take a man from thinking like this to thinking like that?
A man is a summation of what he consistently sees and what he consistently hears. You are learning their accents to be able to pronounce their food effectively, properly. But your own food always has an English name. Does it make sense? When they ask for your favorite food, you are saying Eba. That's not the food of the queen.
People think that they're in charge of their decision. They think they're in charge of what they are doing. But then they don't know that their mind has been hacked. It's easier to hack a man's mind than to hack a computer.
Brute force does not have the shelf life of seduction. How do you rebel when you don't even know that you're in cheap?
You know that these guys are out to make profit. They don't care about whether you live or die.
Anything that you read is questionable.
These 3 square meals like did Rockefeller. It's not a Nigerian strategy.
It's nature. I used to cure nature.
And this intensity, I don't trust it.
The world we live in is a world of colonization. It's either you are colonizing or you are being colonized. That's the truth. There's a Forbes list billionaire in quotes that seems interested in Africa now. You think he just loves Africa because of his good feelings? No, there's a business aspect.
There's a plan. The engineer, not the engineer. There's something that always scares me actually about the way the world is going on, about the way we relate with one another. And this is actually very scary. How that we can be doing something, thinking that we're in charge of what we are doing, not knowing that you are playing the game of another person. And it's just so scary because this thing happens everywhere. In corporate spaces, in government, our leaders, from the leaders to the subjects, in kingdoms. And it happens every time, everywhere in the world. And most times people think that they're in charge of their decision, they think they're in charge of what they are doing. But then they don't know that their mind has been hacked. It's like, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and the guy was like, it's easier to hack a man's mind than to hack a computer. It's so easy.
Let me drop one. There was this sermon that I stumbled on, I think on IG or YouTube.
Okay.
For you to know how crazy this thing is. The pastor was saying that, when they ask for your favorite food, you are saying Eba. That's not the food of the queen.
Okay, so what's the food of the queen?
Like, immediately he said that, I just knew, no, this thing, no. The people who planned this thing,
they got us.
You just have to applaud. No, see, in a way, there are 2 forces. If you want to control the people, there are 2 forces that you use.
Yes.
Either seduction or brute force.
Yeah.
Now, the brute force is the masculine one. That's the masculine force of control.
Yes.
Why seduction is the feminine. Now, due to the fact that the early years, the early ages were in a way very patriarchal, meaning that it was dominated by men. So brute force was what they used. Brute, and men, what you understand is brute force.
Brute force, yeah, fifth.
So
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Air, exactly. So seduction was what women had to use to adapt to that system. Seduction was what women used to level the playing field. That's why you look at people like Cleopatra, how that she was able to control two of the biggest empires at that time. How that she was controlling Egypt and Rome from the bedroom. You look at
let's clap.
Just clap. You look at someone like Delilah.
Yeah.
How that they tried brute force. How that brute force came. How that the Philistine tried brute force. Samson was just humbling them. The next thing they had to send Delilah, and before you know it, Samson was down, eliminated. You look at someone like who else? You check through the Bible, you can see this thing happening over and over again. Look ahead, a very good case. Look at the case of, I think it was Barak or something that was trying to curse the children of Israel. Balaam, he was trying to curse the children of Israel. He could not curse them, but what did he do? I think he said, was it Balaam that what they did was that they began to crossbreed.
Okay, yeah.
You get my point now. Where is Balaam? Yeah, where their daughters began to marry children of Israel
to cause them to sin.
So that
the curse can work on them.
So right from inception, the force of seduction, is very subtle. It's very, and what makes seduction more dangerous is because it's subtle.
You don't know
Brute
that anything is
force,
going on.
brute force, you are still aware that okay, this is what this person is trying to
And
do.
if it's brute force, you can easily get defensive and fight back.
And
But if it's seduction, you don't know to your date.
one thing you have to know about brute force is that brute force is not as brute force does not have the shelf life of seduction.
Exactly.
That's why, because the danger of brute force is the fact that when you push people to a particular end where they have nothing to lose,
You
you are
fight
in
back.
trouble.
Exactly. And most times that's what state of revolution. When when people can no longer take it. But if it's seduction now, you think you are still in charge. That's the problem.
How do you rebel when you don't even know that you are in chains?
That's the problem. You think you are still in charge.
That's why you look at the oldest, look at what is happening now on social media.
Mm-hmm.
The older generation, they are fighting the younger generation. Both of them don't agree with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Women versus men,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Christians
Versus others.
versus the agnostics. And everybody is, anything that has to do with an us versus them, that us versus them mentality, anything that has to do with it, I try my best to just remove myself. You know why? Because it's a very ancient playbook. How that turn the young against the old,
Mm-hmm.
turn men against women.
Mm-hmm.
If you can turn people against each other using some identity markers like religion, gender, age, all those things. If you can turn people against each other like that, they are very easy to.
To
What
control.
happens is that instead of you to use brute force, they will tear each other apart.
That's the problem. That's the problem. And most times I feel all these gender wars, all these religious battles, all these battles, and I feel they're actually systems of distraction that are created by those in power or those that want to govern. Because they know that okay, because there's something called like you are trying to bombard your cognitive organs or your expressions. How that you are like, okay, these guys know that they can't take much at the same time. So let's keep them busy with social media battles, with banters, with things going on online, or with events. So that in the midst of them trying to win that battle, and that battle is going on the ground, that will be at the end of the day conquer everybody, so that they will perpetually remain in slavery, and they not even be aware that they are being attacked. That's the problem.
Look at let's come to let's come to our let's come to even the superficial level.
Mm-hmm.
Look at our food in Africa. When did Moimoi become beans pudding?
Those are the issues.
When did Akara become beans
This
cake?
cake. How did it get here?
You know, uh, see,
Gary cassava flakes.
Gary cassava flakes. And God, do you know the crazy part is this? The crazy part is this. Now, look at how deep they have engineered
Our
our
minds.
minds in an official setting. When you want to, let's say, in if you check all these five-star restaurants and likes,
Mm-hmm.
you will rarely see them write Akara on the menu. Even if you are going to write Akara, they will just
Inside the bracket.
no, thank you. You see beans cake, brackets, Akara. Beans pudding, brackets,
Mm,
moi moi.
what are you doing to ourselves like
But
that?
I'm sorry, what's the English name for souffle?
What's the English name for sushi?
What's the English name for alepeno?
Croissant.
Sorry, what's the like? It's crazy how that you learn how to pronounce. You learn the you are learning the dictions. You know the how do I put it? You learn the diction. Let me just use the word diction. You are learning their accents to be able to pronounce their food effectively, properly.
But yours don't care.
But your own food always has an English name. Does it make sense?
Think about it.
Does it make sense?
Think about it.
Akara. So I'm sorry. Now come down to our names. Hope you know we are most likely we are the ones that because if you look at it deeply, why are we shortening our names to fit what standard? People who
I don't
can sorry,
understand.
people that can pronounce Schwarzenegger,
should also be able to pronounce Babatunde.
People that can pronounce Alexander cannot
Ah,
pronounce Babatunde, cannot pronounce
what
Morenikeji.
are you telling me?
People that can pronounce Milajovic cannot pronounce Adekola Obolade.
It's just so
Make it make
annoying.
sense.
Very, very. They just.
The Babs. What the see and see what you see the danger of this thing is that the, the major danger the major danger in this this engineering of the mind is that you don't know that you are in that bondage.
Exactly. You think it is business as usual, and you go out every day. And funny part is that even when somebody tries to correct you and tell you that what you're doing is wrong, you, you want to fight back. Imagine somebody that is in bondage and you're bringing a kid that, oh, let me free you. And like, bro, and you think that kid that the guy is bringing the weapon to kill you. That is how bad it has gotten.
You,
That's how bad it has gotten.
we to think that we were in school,
Mhm.
we were to think that even in school you speak your own language and it's called vernacular.
Vernacular.
You so
Please, what is the meaning of vernacular? It's not for last time I checked, I think it's a forbidden language or something. So you are telling me that my language, of course, I understand that there are rules that in schools language is English. I understand that, but you can tell me that okay, speak the official language, speak English. I understand that. When I tell you that don't speak vernacular,
you,
that's what the issue is.
can I be honest? I have a problem with that model. We watch I'm sorry, we watch Spanish series, we
Exactly.
watch Korean series,
Exactly.
we watch Chinese series.
Mm-hmm.
They do not speak English
Well,
in their
well,
schools.
about that, over there, the official language is Chinese. So they are so they learn in Chinese, right? But over here, our official language is English. And see, and there's nothing to do about it actually, because the fact this the way Nigeria is designed, like Nigeria is too diverse in a way, because last time I checked, I don't know how this happened, but then last time I checked, we have over 250 languages. So meaning that you cannot pick a language and say that Nigeria speaks this language. So that's why they put that English as general language,
Yeah, because
and that's why in schools we are being taught
now,
our
now,
this in
now,
English.
yeah, now look at it from this angle.
Okay.
Do you know that as it stands now, the average 8, 10 year old now cannot effectively speak the mother tongue?
That's the problem. And see, concerning that, I will blame the parents.
Hmm?
Concerning that,
Eh,
I will blame the parents
you can blame. I get your point.
because okay now, let me just be frank with you. You see Chinese family that are relocated to England or to America, where everybody speaking English, and they should take it upon themselves to make sure that their children can speak Chinese fluently.
I get your point.
So those ones respect culture in a foreign man's land than we in our own mother's land.
Now, true. I get what you're saying, but there's another angle to it. How
Okay.
that the average child, let's look at the primary school, secondary school. You leave home by let's say 7.
Okay.
When do you come back home? 5, right? Let's say your parents too, they go to work, they come back home by 5. What do you do at best then? Cook food, eat. At 9 p.m. is bedtime for
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
kids. So how many hours are they spending at home?
Yes, I get that, but
5 to 9. So I don't like it or not.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I like it or not. Like out of like let's say they have 15 hours,
Overactive, overactive
15
time.
active hours. They spend like 10
I
in
get,
school.
I get what you're saying, and you have valid. But my issue is that the 1 hour 2 hours that they are spending at home, that they are playing, or that they are free, that they are doing their assignment. How do their parents communicate to them?
True,
How do their parents wake them up in the morning?
cause to an extent.
I will still blame the parent. Okay, it's you. You also went through similar system. How come you're able to speak Yoruba fluently?
True,
Is it not family?
cause to an extent. You you even see parents saying speak in English. Why are we
Exactly.
not paying school fees?
Exactly. That's the
And
problem.
guess what? They will even tell the child to some even tell their child not to be friends with a child, not to be not to be friends with
Another child that speaks Yoruba
another
fluently.
child that speaks Yoruba fluently.
These are the issues.
it's it's not
Is it part of the mind control that we're talking about?
our mind has now been engineered to the point where English is now a measure of intelligence, not just a language. You see that two people can come and say the same thing. One person comes, he says it in Yoruba. Another person comes, he says it in English. Now, God now helps the person is able to use grammar and vocabularies very well, even though he's saying nonsense.
We will still clap for him and still.
Do you know how many quotes I've read that I'm like, so you like this thing makes sense to you? Someone went out online and was writing that Africans are poor because it was like Africans are not poor. They just don't have the culture of saving.
Okay. Applause for the great man.
Jesus Christ meaning. We don't have the culture of saving. Wow. I'm like, wow.
Okay, now, and I believe that over there, I believe even here, not over there, even here, many people hear that I'm like, oh, I think there's some sense in that.
Sense.
Think about
guess
it.
what? Which sense? Can I shock you? Someone said something. He said it was when he traveled out. It's not like it's a Nigerian that's living overseas now. He was saying that it was when he traveled out that I realized that white men will literally, the way we save here. Let's say we save up to get a better place, save up to buy a car, save up to buy this. They save up for one vacation. They work. Then the little money they are able to save up, they blow everything on the vacation. Then they start again.
That's fantastic.
But guess what? Because that nonsense.
Because it's them, it's accepted.
It's accepted.
But if you do it here, they call you what? Think about it.
So the way this mind engineering works, let's even shift from there. Look at the concept of marriage. Sorry, proposal and Africans. I'm sorry.
How did you get it?
Proposal.
Nadine, say yes. Say
The man that says it, the man that doesn't propose now is not an intentional man.
No.
He's not romantic.
No. You are not serious with the marriage.
He's not a real man. He's not an intention. If he wanted to, he would.
Come on.
Like, if just on this on the institution of marriage, do you know how many standards
have been shifted?
That has not been turned to the norm.
Think about it.
You don't get. I was on this. There's an episode of Declassified featuring Apostle Lazarus and Additional, where he was saying something. He said, culturally, according to the Yoruba cosmology, the only responsibility of the husband, of the intending groom rather, towards a wedding is the bride list. It that now means that, okay, I'm going to my wife's house. The wife's family is the one hosting us. So it is the wife's family that should deal with. If you are hosting me, do I send money to you to cook for me?
No. Times have changed. We are now in 21st century. So please.
So now, guess what? As a man, now, before you even start spending for the marriage, bridal shower, you will do it. Proposal, you will do it.
I don't have space.
And guess what?
Wedding shoot.
Proposal now, like the way proposals are taking place nowadays.
It's not an event.
You need there's an event
there's an event planner.
There's an event planner for proposal.
There's
an event planner for bridal shower.
If you're not careful, you still have to get a hall for proposal. If you're not careful, are you whining me? So there's a budget for proposal. Think about it.
So now, you look at proposal. There's a budget for proposal. We are not talking about introduction. Let's do introduction.
Let's talk about proposal and bridal shower.
There's batch if.
There's no.
I'm sorry. Who created these standards? The question is, who created these standards?
You don't know what's going on in your world, my bro.
It's just crazy how
I've changed.
It's just crazy how someone can just Some people can just be there, just some people can just repeat a culture for some. It's crazy how some people can just sit down, conjure up one nonsense, and we turn it to a norm.
That's just that's
And it never ceases
actually
to amaze me. Look at ah, let's let's even leave the marriage aspect. Come down to relationship. Come down to relationship. You see a lot of standards, a lot of insane standards that I'm like,
this is what it is. That's what they call social engineering.
someone who is a guy who is 28 years old,
Mm-hmm.
he's dating a lady who is, let's say she's 24,
Mm-hmm.
or let's say she's 26, because
Mm-hmm.
now one thing that has shifted is that there's no longer that much age
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
So in a way, the person you are dating is your age range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is your age range, which means that both of you are still trying to figure out life together.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you are both now, and the both of you are in the labor market. The both of you are trying to make a headway,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden,
The guy is expected.
the guy is expected to be driving a German car at 28. The guy is expected to have his own place, a furnished apartment with POP.
Exactly.
The guy is supposed to have 8 figures in his bank accounts.
That's how it works actually. That's how it works. That's how I should take.
Is
Okay, so
is I won't, I won't lie. I won't lie. The I although on this issue of engineering, one thing about it is just that the only thing I just love about it is that it's a very good marketing strategy.
of course.
It's
Wait,
a
before we go to that actually, like I want us to discuss, because most times we find ourselves in this thing and we don't know how we got there. Because okay now, like if you ask an average young person that these things that are happening now in marriages, dating and all that, how they start, they don't even know how to start it. All they know is that they woke up one day and it was what everybody was doing. So my question is that how does social engineering takes place? Like how can you take a man from thinking like this to thinking like that?
mm,
How does it happen?
now you are there's something I believe that a man is a summation of what he consistently sees and what he
Exactly.
consistently hears.
Exactly.
Now you look at and the internet has done a good job in speeding up the process of social engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Eh, there was this story of how coffee was
Yeah.
introduced to the Japanese people.
Mhm.
How that they first made coffee candies. They first made that coffee into a candy that they were used to
Yeah.
for 30 years. If they are going to do something like that now, they don't need 30 years.
Exactly. They need just months of consistent
At at best,
or
no.
few years
At
or few
best,
years
at best 2 3 years.
of consistent pushes on content on Instagram or social media generally.
If look at the way pizza came to Nigeria, there were snacks that we were taking. Now pizza has now.
Pizza is now the
Do you
king
know
of
how
things.
crazy? Do you know how crazy that is now? Pizza is what they eat over there. When let's say I don't have much to eat.
Exactly. When they can't cook.
When they can't cook.
But yeah, pizzas are luxury food.
So social media, because the amount of time that we spend on our phones, on our screens, looking at, and guess what? What are you doing? You are consuming.
They're consuming
You are
content.
consuming information. For example, how did the rainbow people? How did they penetrate? First, it was the movies. And now look, notice this succession.
Mm-hmm.
They were using them in movies back then. The stories that they were pushing out was how that there's a father that does not agree with it.
Exactly.
That maybe one of his son is now,
Is
let's
into
say
it.
one of his son is homosexual, and the father does not agree with it. Now look at where they're going to paint the storyline, and the father does not agree with it. What did that do is that they paint the father in a bad light. So it's
Exactly.
now that son that is homosexual. It's not going to be the son that is going to succeed.
Despite his father not supporting
That's
him.
why his father not supporting him. So that was the subtle ways they were pushing it. That's what now. Now look at it now from then till now.
Till now, it's now accepted now about the world.
Like you're getting it now.
Yeah.
Look at what else? Let's look at feminism too. Before look at your feminism. Let's make it simple. Let's make it practical. Look at your superheroes. Who are the superheroes we know?
Superman.
You know Hulk, Superman, Thor, Captain
Yeah.
America. The female characters that were superheroes, we knew them.
Wonder
They were
Woman.
definite. Wonder Woman, Catwoman, who else? There's Black Canary,
Yeah. Black Widow.
Black Widow, all those people. Guess what? For all the characters that were male,
They did their female
they were
version.
not doing their female version. So where is the male version of the female ones? Why don't we have more Wonder Man? Why don't we have Catman? Why is there Supergirl and there's no Wonder Man? Why don't we have Black Widow? And now like it's crazy. Look at it now.
Oh my
Do
god.
you know currently now at the time people criticized this Cinderella that why must it be that
Exact.
there's a man in shining armor always coming to the rescue? Hey, very good. There was Sherlock Holmes, now there's Enola Holmes.
Yeah.
There's Sherlock Holmes, now there's Enola Holmes. There was James Bond. Look now, if they are going to start the new James Bond, Open is a female character. Did you watch the last James Bond? No Time to Die.
Yeah.
It was a female character that was in next 007.
Oh, that's
So like it or not, it's a lady that is a lady. It's
so
a
now
lady.
James Bond.
There's this movie, I think Head of State, where the president of the United States, a lady. So they like you see all those things. They know.
They know what they are doing.
They know what they are doing. Very, very deliberate.
So most times they know that even change a man's culture, doing a man thinks you can't just approach him that okay change, but then that automatically the man becomes defensive that you are trying to steal my heritage. So they begin to bring they these about this that I like so they be like in October Nije, so this guys will place it near you where you be seeing it. And funny part is that the more you see something, the lower your defense wall will coming down until you are not in terms with it. That's the problem.
Let's come to the issue of sports too. Even though that one was hard for them to do. Hope you know that there was a time that they were clamoring for hip hop.
Now hip hop yes now.
Between men and
Yes,
let's look at this. Let's look at these aspects. Even though they were not successful with it, look at the kind of publicity. Even look at that even though it's not up to the male version, the kind of publicity that women football has gotten. This like I can say this is the era in which women football.
Yeah. Shebi there was football that held in Wembley Stadium that was sold out.
Can I shock you?
Was sold out.
There was time that 10 years ago, an average football fan cannot mention one female footballer that plays for his club. Now, people now follow. You see how
it was sold to.
Do you see how it works now? Mm-hmm. Now you see them complain. Now let's like for you to see how to this mind engineering works. How that these people like to cherry pick, and how that inconsistent. How that they know how to use inconsistencies. How that they know how to use inconsistent statistics to push out their agenda. Men and women now they are clamoring for the fact that women are underpaid in sports, right?
Yeah.
Serena Williams herself, she's the highest paid tennis player, right? And she herself said it with her mouth that she's not as good as the number 100
of the male
tennis player. Yet you make more than them. Have you ever seen the men come out to complain? And a model, like an average female model, makes 3 times or 4 times what their male counterparts make. Do you see the men complaining?
But the one place that they are affected is where they now start complaining.
The only thing you see them talk about is gender. This thing you see them talk about is
Let's
gender.
not go far. Do you see Do you see this nonsense that's happening now? This yesterday night to this morning, there's this Paraguayan senator that came out to racially profile Mbappe.
Wow.
You've not seen it?
I'm not saying it.
Go and check. Go and check. This lady said many things about Mbappe that is a chimpanzee. Said many things. Now, Mbappe came out on his social media and was like, "You are not representing your country well. That this thing, this make people not to remember what your country did in this competition. How that at least they go to round of 16." You shall say what they now said. Do you now know what this lady now said? She's like she's going to sue Mbappe for for defaming her because of her gender. I'm like, you racially abuse a man. The man did not attack you. The man just said that because of what you did, though, people will not. And okay, purpose like you don't have to be a leader in your country because you are a racist, and because of you being a racist, people will not remember that Paraguay actually did well in this World Cup. So it was like because of you being a racist, people will no longer remember how Paraguay got to the round of 16 in this World Cup. And this you could say was that what you sue him because he was defaming you because of your gender. Think about it.
Now let's look at the funny thing is let's look at the business aspect. Let's look at the business aspect now. Do you know there are and on business aspects, I'll be dwelling more on the health in the health sector. Do you know that everything that there are a lot of things that we were told growing up as oh, this is healthy to eat that are very questionable. When you were growing up, they told you that one egg per day keeps the doctor away. Abi? Now you want to build muscles. How many eggs? People now to build muscles to stay fit. How many eggs do they eat? Some of them
like
eat 8
every day.
every day. Where's the consistency? Do you know how this thing works? Do you know what these people do? When let's say a Forbes list billionaire is planning to go into the agriculture business as an egg farm.
Exactly.
And when he wants to start his egg farm, the difference between them and you is that you are the one that is thinking of, oh, how do I get people in Akure to buy from me? They are thinking of how do I get the whole world
Yes, now.
to buy my egg.
Okay, these three square meals by Didi Rockefeller. Is it not a Nigerian strategy?
Now look at it now.
Three square meals.
Because he now has an egg farm.
Exactly.
What do we put out? They now use money to fund
an agenda.
a useless research
Exactly.
to fund an. That's why I see to an extent I laugh at atheists because number one, you don't believe in God because you believe that religion was was an agenda that is used to enslave people, Abi. But what you believe in is science. So if you're reason
that's why I pity scientists that live their life based on what they read. I pity you.
Hence why
Because sometimes what you read is a lie.
Hence why the I sincerely believe that the science that I believe, like the science research that I trust 100% are the ones that okay, the set of them Newton, them Einstein that you can physically see
and you can replicate it
and you
in
can
your
replicate it in your home.
Exactly.
But anything that you read is questionable. Now look at this. Now look at the 3 square meal matter. No, it was not even the 3 square meal. That's not even the problem. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day to sell cereals. That's what they used to sell cereals. Breakfast was the most important meal of the day. So, I'm sorry, our forefathers that have to wake up
to go to
the farm. So all of them, they were not healthy. They didn't eat healthy.
And see, most of this food as well that they are pushing out to promote, then that this food, if you eat it consistently for 30 years, will give you an health issue. So they've already created a drug for that health issue, so that they are selling food and also selling drugs. So by putting and all they need is tell a good story.
And guess what? What they will now do is use money to fund a nonsense research that will a research that will make you live your life in a way that you will have an health issue.
Exactly.
And the reason why they are pushing in that direction is because they on the other hand, the same because they on the other hand have the solution.
Exactly.
So they sell you the
And
problem.
most times, solution is not a solution. It's just a management strategy. Because they've never because okay now, take all these terminal diseases. I mentioned that because of you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
There are terminal disease that actually are just terminal, but it's because they know that if they give you a cure, you not come again. So they give you a system to manage it so that you keep coming.
Do you know how
and
crazy?
coming. So that's why you know
Do you
that
know how crazy?
you
Do you
know
know how
that
crazy this stuff was? I used to criticize those people that believe in herbal medicine before. I used to criticize them. I'm like, it does not have dosage. It does not have this.
Okay.
But now there's something that is there's a branch of science now. I think it's called phytobiology. So I've forgotten the name. Where
Okay.
I was listening to a sermon by Apostle Elijah where he was saying that he said he said nature is nature. I used to cure nature. At the end of the day, nature is the best answer to nature. Nature answers to nature.
See, any synthetic, I don't trust it.
Now look at that one too. Now as if that is not enough. There was a day that I bought Pono. Because
Okay.
this year I've I don't think I've taken carbonated drinks up to 3 times this year. And those 3 times was majorly when I
You were
was
giving.
sick.
Okay.
Now I bought Kuno. So when I got to a woman's side where I really get provision and the likes,
Okay.
she now looked at me, she was like, "Ah, you people that drink things like this, you guys that she was like she admires our courage and trust. That how do we trust that it was made with good water and the likes? Do you know what I told her? I'm like, sorry, the Coke, the Fanta.
Was it there when they made it?
No, she was like, because it's brand okay, because it's branded. Number one, what she's failing to put into consideration is the fact that you are taking that Kono now, the woman that made it, no matter how much she makes, it hardly there's hardly any leftover till the next day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even so,
Assuming that there's no preservative in the drink.
but there are some drinks that are in your own shop because it's branded that have been for more than 2 3 months. They make drinks and they make a drink this year and the expiry date is next 2 years. How does a
And you're
drink?
not afraid.
I am not afraid.
You know, I saw something on IG, I think last year. Canned jollof rice. Now the guys that made it over there, they made it and they
Export it.
no they brought it here on water. And you know how long ship takes before from here to here. I was like, so all these food critics, so the guy put it and was trying to do it and this stuff like, bro, you're not okay. You can okay, how much does it cost you to go and to cook jollof rice in your house? So because say you want so because you want to just do something special, you're now eating something that has been on river for months.
I was watching content one day where a woman was like, we eat LD, we do this, we do that. That she's eating LD in UK, she does not eat anything. She does not eat any. Do you know what the husband said? The fact that you are here, that you are in this country, you are not eating LD. As you said that thing,
Why are they more obese people over there?
see, it's just
Instead of this mind control we are talking
you know,
about.
looking at it objectively. There are some foods that now there are some things that even here that we have turned to norm now that if you stop the idea behind tomato paste. Tomato paste, do you know how long this thing stays
Inside the sachet.
inside the sachet? Let's even look at bread. I eat bread, so I'm not coming from the standpoint of someone
That's not it.
that eats LD. No.
Okay.
I'm not trying to.
No.
I'm just trying to be objective here.
Exactly. Like let's talk about these issues.
The issues. How does a bread? For you to know how crazy this thing is. A lady, I don't know if you heard of that issue of the bread that someone bought for a month that
Oh,
and guess what? We just edit, we laughed about it.
laugh it off.
We just I'm like, we are dying.
What are they putting inside this food that we are eating?
We're dying.
And these things are highly funded. They're highly funded. Heavily funded.
So guess what? Whatever, there's no research. See, what you have to understand is that science will not research what will not profit it.
That's just it. and government will not fund what will not profit them. Those funding researchers will not fund what will not profit them at the end of the day. Because nobody cares about you. You want to make profit.
So see the more
See, you're not that special. Just know you're not that special.
see before one thing you have to realize is the moment you approach things from a business angle. So that's one of the things that I feel like one of the reasons I feel like you can break out of this social engineering. The moment you begin to see the business as the business angle of it, it will be easier for you to see through the smoke screen, to see beyond the smoke screen.
Yeah.
Because
You know that these guys are out to make profit. Don't care about whether you live or die.
okay,
Don't care.
now on this social like because now let's now on this, let's say pushing out a narrative.
Okay.
Come to the aspect of even let's come to Christendom now. There are some blogs that call themselves Christian blogs, right? And you will never see them post the pastor's clips when he was teaching on something good. The only teaching you see is when when a pastor's sermons
Antagonize
antagonize another
person.
person, that's what you see there.
They've not put two pictures
Two
on
pictures
top
there. Because guess what? You are the one that is after kingdom advancement.
They are doing business.
They are after the clicks and likes. You come to the health sector. Researchers will not tell you the truth. Big pharma will not tell you the truth because there's a business side of it that the moment people know the truth, that will suffer. They are saying, okay, there's a Forbes list billionaire in quotes that seems interested in Africa now. You think he just loves Africa because of his good feelings? No, there's a business aspect.
There's a plan. See, most people think that everybody is as naive or as innocent as they are.
See,
they know that men are good on another ground. They are the puppet.
There's a lot of power that says when you need favor from people, don't tap into their good feelings, tap into their selfish interest. And people don't see that. People don't. I feel like
that right is a life hack.
See, I feel like people don't look very deep into that. People just read that thing casually. The moment you begin to how to break out of majorly the bandwagon effect is look at it from just try to first detach and look at things with an outside perspective.
Exactly. Leave the crowd
and look at it from an outside perspective. You will understand.
That's just it.
So that's basically the act to breaking free from social engineering. That's basically the act. Okay,
just step out.
If look at the rainbow people now. If you guys are doing the right thing, why are you mandating it for us? Why are you mandating it for us to give our kids the right to choose what they want to identify as? Why are you forcing? Why are you
actively forcing? What's wrong with you? We were doing it before.
Thank you. Why are you see the fact that you are trying to force your belief system on me? The fact that you are putting in
pressure,
a lot of effort on forcing your belief system on me says a lot. Even though either you like it or not, everybody's forcing a belief on you. You can't stay in the middle.
Yeah.
The world we live in is a world of colonization. It's either you are colonizing or you are being colonized. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So another hack in this social media.
Everything is a system of brainwash.
Everything
is brainwashing.
So another thing in this game of social media,
social engineering.
In this game of social engineering is that be the engineer. Don't be the one that is engineered. Be the engineer.
Be the engineer, not the engineer.
Not the engineer. That's the truth. The content you are consuming. Don't just be. If you feel like the content you are consuming is re-engineering people's mind, set you to put out content. Create yours.
Anything you don't like.
Create
or if you are seeing if you are like, oh, these guys are not doing well, they are fake, that you create the original. I believe that I believe there's power in numbers. I believe that in this world of false narratives, in sort of many agendas, and most times those pushing this agenda, this negative agenda. They have the numbers. They are too much. And we that we are on the positive side, we are
We are passive.
we are so scarce. So what I'm saying is that if people start coming out,
I won't say passive.
not just
I won't say no. I won't say that it's not. I won't say it's a problem of numbers. Though. It's a problem that I feel like it's a problem of the people who know the right thing are quiet.
see numbers. How many people are talking?
Because do you know how you know?
See, if what you know is on, if I don't know that I know what you know,
It's a problem.
we can't. Okay. Can I read your mind?
No. Like okay. For example, look at there was a time that feminists when feminists went on. Okay, now it's not a matter of there was a time. Feminism now has gotten to an extreme, and guess what? What did the men do? They created another movement called the Red Pill.
Yeah.
That where we had the likes of Andrew Tate, the minor gains, and the likes. That because that's what you have.
Extreme battling.
Extreme battling extremes. Even though that's not the right solution, but like it or not, like it or not,
It's still form of solution.
It's a form of solution.
Until you find the best one, let's make do what we have now. Actually, until find a better one.
We thank God for what people like Eric Gugua, Frank Ikemefune, the Olusholas, Salem Kings, what they are doing. But they need more. They are not.
We need more.
I'm sorry.
We need more of this guy. We need more.
You know what? At this point, I don't care who gets offended. Pella cannot have millions of followers, and all the people that are on the same side. I don't think we have one that has 1 million.
No, that's a problem right there.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. So I just wish that people just come out. Seeing people come out and start engineering people as well. Like, what it's those that have this influence that can do this engineering. If nobody knows you can engineer anything. Yeah. So I believe today you guys have learned a lot concerning how your mind has been hacked even from childhood. So today, step ahead of the crowd and start engineering others as well. Think objectively, not what people are saying. Make sure that you are not a victim of negatively funded researches.
Resist the slave mind.
Yeah.
Resist the bandwagon effect.
Yeah.
Hence why what we have been saying, independent learning, read all your reading, your independent learning, as much as it's good for you to read and just take time to reflect. Like you are not a slave.
Yeah.
You guys, whatever, you are not a slave.
Now you can think on your own.
You can think on your own.
Yeah.
So take time to reflect. Don't just believe anything. Every belief that you had, even if that's how you are raised, learn to question them.
Yeah. So now that you know this, don't forget to share this video to a friend, like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe. See you on the next one.